Now on CoastTV News.
It's a yellow alert today for high winds. Wind gusts over 50 miles per hour times today. Not as strong right now. Secure your outdoor items. More on that, plus much colder this week and a possible snowstorm later in the week. Details coming up.
We'll tell you how many homes are without power and when it is expected to be restored. And prepare for no takeoff. We'll tell you why thousands of flights are being canceled across the country. Deadly crash in Worcester County, the latest details from officials about the ongoing investigation.
This is CoastTV News Today.
We are now taking a live look at the Bay Bridge. Well, good morning. I'm Elisa Weber. Thank you for joining us. In a moment, we're going to take a live look. There it is at the Bay Bridge. And this morning, there are wind restrictions on that bridge. And this means tractor box trailers with a weight less than 64,000 pounds cannot cross due to those high winds as we see right now. You can't see the winds outside. There's no cars on that bridge, which is definitely a good precaution. But Bob, last night when I was falling asleep, I could hear those winds gusting. We hear it this morning in the studio, so that's a big concern right now.
Absolutely, Lisa, and good morning to you. Those winds have been howling since yesterday afternoon as we had a cold front come through, and we had wind gusts 50 to 60 miles per hour, causing numerous places to suffer wind damage, and we're still seeing strong winds, not as strong as they were last night. Remember, you can also scan the QR code right there and download the CoastTV weather app to see the wind gusts. We're looking at those winds sustained 15 to 25 miles per hour, gusting now near 30 or at 30 in Salisbury, 31 in Ocean City, and 20 to 30 miles per hour across Sussex County right now. Max wind gusts the last hour have been in that 35 to 45 mile per hour range, and those winds will continue to howl as we go through time. It's much colder too. Temperatures in the mid 30s right now from Delmarva, 35 in Milton, 36 in Bethany Beach, Ocean Pines right now at 35. So you factor in those strong winds, it feels like upper 20s. So bundle up out the door. Feels like 27 in Delmarva, 29 in Milton. We are seeing mostly clear skies and a few flurries trying to make their way out of the mountains into the coastal plain, but having a hard time. The big story is the strong northwest winds as departing low pressure and building high pressure right in between. That's where we have that pressure gradient. So very strong winds. Drive with caution. Secure those outdoor items. Temperatures near freezing this morning and only a slow climb through the 30s as the winds continue to howl today, gusting 40 to 50 miles per hour and topping out in the upper 30s this afternoon, but feeling much colder with the wind, with those sustained winds over 20 miles per hour, gusts over 50. So really take it slow out there. And we're talking about the winds and the cold this week and that potential for snow later in the week. More on that coming up a little bit later on.
Bob, and with the expected winter storm Wednesday into Thursday, all that information you need to stay informed is right on your screen. Be sure to listen to all of our radio stations, download our CoastTV First Alert weather app, and follow our live updates. We are your source for this winter event. And with all of the wind Delaware and Maryland are experiencing, there are some outages in place. And as of last night, crews from Delaware Cooperative have restored nearly 2,300 customers so far. The good news, the company says there are only 3 customers experiencing outages right now. And Delmarva Power says there are no customers on the Eastern Shore experiencing any outages right now. However, there are over 100 outages in northern Delaware and at least 160 in Maryland. And the National Weather Service is sharing these tips when it comes to driving in high winds. Give large trucks and trailers extra space. Watch for downed trees, branches, and power lines that may have fallen into the roadway. Bridges and overpasses can be especially dangerous during high winds. And if you're driving today in Delaware and see a tree on the ground, you can report them to DelDOT by calling #77. And in Maryland, there is a website with live updates on road closures as trees come down and are removed by MDOT. You can find that on chart.maryland.gov. And travelers at Newark International Airport in New Jersey are feeling the impacts of this weather. Sunday, thousands of flights were either delayed or canceled, and more than 8,000 flights have been delayed across the country on Sunday, with more than 1,300 cancellations. And happening today, DelDOT is announcing lane closures related to the ongoing Millsboro Bypass project. The agency says starting today, there will be nighttime lane closures on Route 113 near Oak Avenue. The closures take place between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. for the installation of underground pipes, and that closure is expected to finish on February 28th. And the Indian River School District is set to discuss their upcoming referendum. That referendum is looking for funding for operational costs and the recruitment and retention of staff. and the district is holding 3 meetings where you can find out more information. The first on March 3rd at Lord Baltimore Elementary, the second March 12th at Indian River High, and the third on the 13th at Sussex Central. Each meeting will begin at 7 p.m. and that referendum vote is scheduled for March 20th. And the Georgetown Probation and Parole Office works often with local organizations to host re-entry events. People can sign up at these events to learn more about creating a resume and the job market. And the executive director of The Way Home says those seeking re-entry back into society aren't as different as some may think.
We're all the same. We all have strengths and weaknesses. And these individuals discovered that their strengths overcame their weaknesses. That's the truest legacy.
And you can visit CoastTV.com to learn more about these events. Maryland State Police are investigating a deadly crash in Worcester County on Sunday morning. On your screen now is where officials say a 34-year-old man from Pocomoke City was killed when the Honda Accord he was in veered off of Route 113 near Blades Road and hit a tree. The driver was taken to the hospital with injuries, and investigators believe impairment may have been a factor. And we are now taking a live look at the White House, and the Trump administration officials are still working to negotiate an end to the war in Ukraine. According to sources, they are headed overseas to continue these efforts. But while on the domestic front, the president begins mass firings, including employees with stellar performance reviews. As NBC's Alice Barr shows us, Trump aims to fulfill campaign promises.
Top Trump officials, including Secretary of State Marco Rubio, arriving in Saudi Arabia overnight for negotiations to end Russia's war on Ukraine. After his own trip around the Daytona 500 track, President Trump pressed about Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's role in the peace talks.
He will be involved, yes.
Zelensky indicating he has not been invited to this week's U.S.-Russia meetings, telling NBC's Meet the Press he will not accept any deal made without Ukraine.
And do you feel like you have a seat at the table right now?
I not only count on it, I'm sure that we have to be there, otherwise it's not acceptable.
2 U.S. officials tell NBC News the plan is for separate meetings with each country before bringing Russia and Ukraine together. While here at home, NBC News has learned an IRS employee affiliated with Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency is expected to seek access to an IRS system housing sensitive taxpayer information. An administration official says the employee has appropriate security clearances and is looking for waste, fraud, and abuse. Over the weekend, hundreds of federal workers laid off, from the Centers for Disease Control to the Department of Homeland Security and FEMA, according to department spokespeople. And at the Transportation Department, NBC News obtained a termination letter telling dozens of probationary workers they were fired for poor performance, despite most being rated exceptional.
This is just Elon Musk trying to come in and break things for the sake of breaking them.
This country has made more progress in the last 3 weeks than it's made in the last 4 years.
Pushback and praise in the president's race to remake the government. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
We still have a lot more news to get to this morning on Coast TV News Today. Coming up, Canal Front Park progress. We'll tell you how Lewis officials say the new playground will be more accessible for children to play. And Del.Dot Bridge Battle will tell you why one family says plans to rehabilitate a bridge is causing concerns for their business. But first, Delmarva was no stranger to house fires this weekend, including this one in Salisbury. We'll tell you where the fire started and what officials say about the scene when they arrived. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, discover an off-season stay in Ocean City with an indoor pool, a gym, and much more. Plus, why it's never too early to schedule a pool cleaning. Coast Life, today at 4 on Coast TV.
Draper Media, an equal opportunity employer, is dedicated to provide broad outreach regarding job vacancies at the station. We seek the help of local organizations in referring qualified applicants to our station. Organizations that wish to receive our vacancy information should email humanresources@wboc.com.
How many times have you tried to clean a stubborn mess but end up with no success? What you need is the all-new waterproof Ruby Horsepower, the new cordless and rechargeable power scrubber that cleans faster and easier, guaranteed. Watch, baked on oven grease is no match. It blasts away dirt and grime in no time. The power comes from our rotating brushes, spinning at 350 RPM. The incredible torque fights calcium, mildew, mold, and more. Take it in the kitchen, where it busts through caked-on crud, or outside and tackle tough tasks with ease. Get your Ruby Horsepower with 4 additional attachments, all for just $39.99. Great news! They're in stock and ready to ship. Due to high demand, only 2 per order. Order now.
Call 1-800-455-0217. That's 1-800-455-0217 or visit horsepowerscrubber.com. So call 1-800-455-0217 now.
Vacation starts with VA. All that you love, all in one trip. Start yours at virginia.org.
.511 on this very windy Monday morning. Bay Health Cam 34 in Dover, but you can see those strong winds making the camera buff it around a little bit. It's cold. We've got temperatures in the mid-30s right now. The big story, those sustained winds up to about 25 miles per hour and gusting over 30 miles per hour in many places. They have backed off a little bit from earlier where we had gusts over 50 yesterday evening, and feels like temperatures right now into the 20s, so make sure you bundle up. I am concerned about the power outage risk with those strong winds. We could be looking at downed trees, possibly falling on power lines as well. So that risk is high with wind gusts over 50 miles per hour. And be careful driving out there too. 2 hands on the wheel, especially in open areas.
Thank you, Bob. The Delaware State Fire Marshal will continue to investigate the cause of this house fire you see right here. Sunday afternoon, the Blades Volunteer Fire Company and other companies responded to this house fire in Seaford. Units worked on the scene jointly to bring that fire under control. There's no word yet on any injuries that resulted from that fire. And Maryland officials will continue to investigate the cause of a house fire in Salisbury. Multiple fire units responded to the fire that broke out around 7 p.m. on Saturday night. And according to the Salisbury Fire Department, the home off of Old Ocean City Road was found with smoke coming from all 4 sides of the house. And Salisbury Fire Department says the fire started in the basement and spread to the first floor, and multiple departments just responded to put out those flames. And workers at an Amazon warehouse in North Carolina voted against the chance to join a union. Only 1 in 4 who cast ballots wanted to form a union, and union supporters say Amazon is a multi-billion-dollar company and its workers deserve a better living. They were seeking a $30 an hour salary for its employees in Garner. And Southwest Airlines has officially launched its red-eye service. First announced in July, the airline landed its first regularly scheduled red-eye Friday morning. And right now, Southwest is offering 1 red-eye flight per day on 5 routes. And still ahead, Delmarva Bridge battle will tell you why one family says the timing couldn't be worse for one bridge improvement project.
Taking a live look right now at the Spicer Brothers Cam in Salisbury. It's clear, but it is windy and cold. High winds have prompted a yellow alert for today. Secure those outdoor items and drive with caution. 2 hands on the wheel. It will be a cold week ahead, and watching for snow later Wednesday into Thursday. Your forecast details coming up in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
Listen to Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. We're Delmarva proud.
You like to keep your beard perfectly groomed, but she hates all that mess. Now there's VacuTrim by Bell & Howell, the total body shaver that trims your hair and vacuums it up. VacuTrim stainless steel blades give you a precision cut, while the built-in vacuum captures the hair shavings. It has 20 trim settings to shape your beard and tame body hair with no mess. Get VacuTrim with free shipping for only $39.95.
Call 1-800-263-0608. That's 1-800-263-0608 or go to vacutrim.com.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today. If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Gamey Elliott in Salisbury today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
For every season, every weather moment, stay ahead with the Coast TV First Alert Weather Phone. Just call 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Brockstead and Dallas Federico. DSN Plus is more action. 5 live games every weeknight, showcasing high school showdowns and regional rivalries across Delmarva. Watch on your mobile devices and smart TVs. Get more with DSN Plus, just $6.99 a month.
Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with Rice Robot, the 1, 2, 3 rice cooker. Watch, 1 add the white cup for rice, 2 add the blue cup for water, 3 click it and let Rice Robot perfectly cook it.
The secret is perfect cook technology for even cooking. Then Rice Robot senses when it's done, auto stops and keeps it warm to serve.
It won't burn, overcook or undercook, guaranteed.
Get the complete Rice Robot cooking system, all for just $39.99. Ordered now.
The time is now 5:15 and we are taking a live look outside at Ocean City this morning. And Bob, I know we can't feel it, but I know that wind right there on that boardwalk is probably intense. Walking out of my apartment this morning was definitely hit with that wind, so that's something to watch out for this morning.
Boy, those high winds have been something else, Elisa. Just hear all the rattling out there. We've had the power outages, down trees as well, so really be careful out there. And the big story today, of course, are those winds gusting 40 to maybe still 55 miles per hour, especially this morning. I think they back off a little bit this afternoon. And we're looking at wind chills in the 20s, and we're also looking at the possibility, I'm saying possibility of significant snow Wednesday and Thursday because the models are trending farther south now with this system. More on that coming up. Remember, you can scan the QR code right there, get your phone in camera mode, and you can download the Coast TV weather app for the latest weather information. And it's cold. We're in the mid-30s, 35, a very popular number all across Sussex County, 34 in Salisbury, 37 in Ocean City. Those winds sustained 15 to 25 miles per hour, and they've been howling, gusting 30 now in Indian River Inlet, 31 in Ocean City, 30 in Salisbury, 32 in Seaford. So really use extra caution in there outside in the strong winds. As we're looking at, feels like temperatures now into the 20s, so feeling like winter again after yesterday's highs into the 60s. We're looking at much colder air now building in as we have a strong northwesterly flow. Some flurries to our north and west. I don't think they're going to make it into Delmarva, but some snow showers across the mountains up into Pennsylvania and New York. We have departing low pressure and building high pressure, and right in between, that is where we have the strong northwesterly winds. Across the nation's midsection, we're looking at high pressure, but we're watching the next storm system that will be affecting us later Wednesday and Thursday, now moving on to the California coast. More on that coming up, but here's Futurecast. The big story today are those winds. That'll be very strong. You can see the multicolor arrows indicating the strong winds, and temperatures slowly rising through the 30s, mid to upper 30s this afternoon. That's about it. Maybe some places touching 40, but around 38 in Delmar, 38 in Millsboro, and then very cold and breezy through the overnight, not as windy as it has been. And then as we go into Tuesday, temperatures into the mid-20s, very cold, feeling like teens with the winds. And then as we go into Tuesday afternoon, we're looking at highs in the 30s, not as cold as we're showing on that model, but those winds howling today over 30 miles per hour, 35 to 40 mile per hour winds, even up to 50 at times this morning. But then this afternoon, those winds do back off a little bit and just breezy as we go into your Tuesday. Let's talk about the next system. Now, the models are trending farther south with this. Now, it's still possible we could see heavy snow across a good chunk of our area with a high impact, travel disruptions, closings possible, and significant accumulations a question mark because this system is trending farther to the south. And if that continues, we're not looking at a crippling snowstorm, but we're definitely looking at some snow. I think that will be building in later Wednesday afternoon into Wednesday evening with heavier snow for the southern tip of Delmarva as that low is tracking to the south. And then Thursday morning, you can see the bulk of the heavy heavy snow is offshore. Keep in mind, these models like to kind of go north and south sometimes with the heavy snow. So we'll have to see if the models kind of jog the system farther to the north with more heavier snow over us on Thursday. But right now, it looks like a glancing blow of some snow with accumulations later Wednesday into Thursday. We'll keep you posted. Here's your Paul Davis 7-day forecast. Of course, today is President's Day. It's a windy one. 39 yellow alert, 34 on Tuesday. And then we do have a red alert now for snow later Wednesday into Thursday. We could downgrade that a little bit with time depending on the strength of this system. But right now, snow Wednesday into Thursday. Friday, sunshine 38, then warming into the 40s and dry this weekend. Umbrella giveaway winner is Jim McKeegan from Dagsboro. Congratulations to Jim on his brand new umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV.
Thank you, Bob. A state of emergency is in effect in parts of Virginia, as you can see on your screen. Officials say this weekend's heavy rainfall caused serious flash flooding, which caused stranding some locals in their homes. And future upgrades in Frankfort is causing controversy. DelDOT plans to rehabilitate this bridge starting February 24th through mid-July. But as Coast TV News reporter Kevin Zappé shows us, owners of Bennett Orchards worries this will hurt them and the community as a whole.
Bennett Orchards is a 7th-generation farm that started after the Civil War and has made a staple in Frankfort as the place to go to pick peaches during the summertime. Hale Bennett says DelDOT's plans to repair a bridge on Route 20 closing down the road in front of their farm is causing a big worry among the family.
Farming is challenging enough. We deal with Mother Nature, we deal with diseases, impacts to our crop, a lot of things that are challenging for us that are out of our control. This shouldn't be something that we have to worry about.
DelDOT says it will rehabilitate this bridge between February 24th through mid-July. The agency plans to use that time to replace steel strips and slabs, milling and overlaying the concrete deck, repairing the underside of the deck and substructure, and finishing it off with cleaning and painting all the concrete and structural steel. Bennett says he understands why DelDOT wants to rehabilitate the 40-year-old bridge, but worries it's bad for his business and believes the timing couldn't be worse for everyone in the community.
The Indian River High School is a mile down the road. This is going to be a major inconvenience and a major issue for their busing. Other local businesses on this road are also going to be impacted. There's a detour that routes through a residential community on the edge of Frankfort. Those roads aren't designed to handle that much summer beach traffic.
Bennett hopes DelDOT reconsiders its plans before they close down the bridge, at least for the time frame. I'm Kevin Zappé in Frankfort, Coast TV News.
Up next on Coast TV News today, Canal Front Park progress will tell you when Lewis officials say construction is expected to be complete on the upgraded playground. Don't go anywhere.
Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with my Bionic Blade, the new handheld blender that's rechargeable, so you can make a fast, healthy shake anywhere. It has the motor and blades built right into the lid, so blend a shake at the gym, make pina coladas by poolside, or grind coffee beans for an iced cold brew on the go.
Get the Bionic Blade for just $29.99 with free shipping. You'll also get 2 sipping lids, a second container, and the sports lid. Get it all for just $29.99. Order now.
Download the Coast TV News app on your Apple or Android devices.
Transform your home with Coastline Sunrooms and Awnings. Collectively, with over 40 years experience, our expert team has been designing porch enclosures, sunrooms, and awnings that bring comfort and style to your home.
Whether you're looking for protection from the sun or extra living space, we're here to help. Call now to schedule a no-obligation design. We're offering a free electric recessed fireplace with your sunroom purchase, or get a free upgrade to a motorized awning with an awning purchase. Coastline, Sunrooms and Awnings. We show up.
Vacation starts with VA. All that you love, all in one trip. Start yours at virginia.org.
Do you have stains in your carpet that won't come out? You need Horsepower Bullshot, the all-new hands-free carpet cleaner and deodorizer. Just spray, and the stain and odor go away. Got pet messes? This black light shows a urine stain is gone in just seconds. The advanced foam action formula penetrates deep to emulsify and neutralize stains and odors. It erases blood stains, makeup, juice, coffee, and more. For older and tougher stains, just give it a little rub and watch as Bullshot works its magic. Red wine spill? spills? They're no problem for Bullshot. And watch up close as burnt bacon grease stains are obliterated right before your very eyes. Get Horsepower Bullshot for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get yours. And there's a strict limit of 3 at this low, low price. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-693-6210 or visit buybullshot.com. So call 1-800-693-6210 or visit buybullshot.com now.
Coming up, it's a pro tip extravaganza with your favorite Drew Crewers. The hottest fashion and home styles for less.
Monday at noon on CoastTV.
Lighten up your week. Subscribe to the Coast TV Feel Good Friday newsletter. Sign up now for free at coasttv.com. Get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox.
Playground plans are in full swing at Canal Front Park in Lewis. The replacement for the children's playground is estimated to cost almost $500,000. Grant money from DENREC would fund up to $225,000 of the total cost, and the city is responsible for the rest. The children's playground was knocked down back in October, but now construction for a replacement is underway, and the city says this new playground is going to be wheelchair accessible.
I don't know if other older adults, if that's what they want to see the money invested in. It was a fully functioning playground before, but I know a lot of areas, we have friends that they have kids that are very mobility hindered in some ways, and I think it would be nice to have something like that.
The city says that one way this new playground will have safety surfacing instead of mulch like the old one, and there would also be a wheelchair accessible merry-go-round. The construction is expected to be complete in the springtime. And we're now going to move to celebrating Black History Month on the coast. The Rehoboth Beach Black American Film Festival is back for its 5th year. It's going to run from February 21st through the 23rd at the Cinema Arts Theater in Lewis. And the festival will showcase award-winning films, and reception will start at 6 p.m. this Friday. All right, Bob, so we've been talking a lot about that wind, which means if you want to go to the beach today, you're going to get pretty much blown away. So I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's a good idea to go.
You're going to get buffeted around big time. You have to lean into the wind. Yeah, we're going to have to do that, Elise. We have a gale warning for the Atlantic Ocean and Delaware Bay for wind gusts in excess of 50 miles per hour. You can see the wind icons from Fenwick Island to Ocean City today, and it's going to be cold, only upper 30s. So those very strong winds making it feel like 20s much of the day. Lewis and Rehoboth, very cold for you, and windy temperatures in the upper 30s, waves around 3 to 6 feet. And on the bay side, only into the upper 30s with all that wind in Cambridge today, and very windy and cold for Crisfield as well. The winds do start to decline as we go into tonight and tomorrow. Then we're looking ahead to the storm Wednesday and Thursday. It's tracking farther south a little bit. I'll let you know what that means for us coming up in the next half hour.
After the break on Coast TV News today, Sussex Correctional Institute in Georgetown, a place you wouldn't expect positive change, but a series of workshops is doing just that. And bird flu breakthrough will tell you why there could be hope in fighting the bird flu across the country. And outages on Delmarva will tell you what you need to know about where crews are working right now. Coast TV News today. We'll be right back.
While hurricanes get most of the blame for wind damage, nor'easters and even strong thunderstorms can be just as devastating. And insurance policies may not cover wind-driven rain damage. So before a storm hits, walk around your home, remove any dead tree branches, and secure any loose outdoor items. After the storm, walk around again and check for any damage like loose shingles, siding, gutters, and evidence of water penetration. If you do notice significant damage after a storm, call a professional like Riptide Restoration. For more information, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
With all the choices of services on Delmarva, where do you even begin? Trust experts of various fields with Delmarva Experts. Sponsored by Kitchen Concepts Plus, Chesapeake Eye Center, Apple Discount Drugs, FLC Energy, Spicer Brothers Construction, Mattress Peddlers, Homewell Care Services, Robinson's Jewelry and Coin Shop, Mast Audiology Services, Riptide Restoration, and Delmarva Dave. Visit DelmarvaExperts.com for various local professionals offering the best of Delmarva. Delmarva Experts, local experts right when you need them.
Vacation starts with VA. All that you love, all in one trip. Start yours at virginia.org.
I've needed a new left hip for about 15 years. The last 2 cortisone shots I got were bone on bone, and they didn't last 6 months. They lasted maybe a month. I was in a lot of pain. The staff at the Joint Surgery Center at Atlantic General Hospital were incredibly helpful. I was back to work 2 days short of a month, which I found amazing. You learn to trust people when you get good care.
Start your journey to relief today. Atlantic General Hospital, expert care every day.
Coast TV News can be heard on Big 107.7. Now on Coast TV News.
It's a yellow alert for high winds today. Winds could gust over 50 miles per hour, especially this morning. Secure your outdoor items. More on that, plus much colder this week and a possible snowstorm later in the week. Details coming up.
High winds are being felt across the coast. We'll tell you how many homes are currently without power. And battling the ongoing bird flu crisis, the latest about a vaccine that could stop the spread. And preparing for your work week commute, we'll tell you about closures in Millsboro that begin today.
This is Coast TV News Today.
Good morning. Thank you for being up with us on Coast TV News Today. We are taking a live look at the Bay Bridge this morning. The Maryland Transportation Authority says full wind restrictions are in place. This means tractor box trailers with a weight less than 64,000 pounds cannot cross due to those high winds. And we're seeing some cars on that bridge right now. But Bob, last night I heard the wind falling asleep. I woke up to it. I think everyone's concerned about those winds this morning.
Absolutely, Elisa. Those winds have been howling, and we just saw on the Bay Bridge. Now there's traffic going over the bridge. So that's telling us the winds are probably coming down a little bit, and I'm sure they lowered the speed limit there too. But those winds have been howling all night with winds gusting over 50 miles per hour. But they are calming down a little bit, but still sustained about 15 to 25 miles per hour, even 30 in Salisbury. So you're seeing a gust of 30 in Salisbury, 34 Indian River Inlet, 23 in Georgetown. Keep in mind, we had gusts 50 to 60 miles per hour yesterday, so this is a little bit more improved. 40 mile per hour gusts in Salisbury, 37 in Easton, up to 45 in Baltimore. So those winds are still howling pretty good. We've got much colder temperatures too, into the mid 30s out the door. Then you factor in those winds, and those feels like temperatures are down there. Feels like 23 in Salisbury, 26 in Milton, 28 in Georgetown. So make sure you bundle up. As we are looking at mostly clear skies, some snow flurries well to our west and northwest as we've got this strong northwesterly flow building in. Arctic air departing low pressure, building high pressure. That's why we have that strong pressure gradient and very strong winds. As Futurecast is showing the bright yellow to red arrows as we go through mid-morning, indicating the strong winds. Temperatures just creeping above freezing and very cold into the afternoon. Upper 30s, mostly sunny, but feeling much colder, feeling like 20s with the winds. And then into the mid-afternoon, upper 30s, maybe some places touching 40, much colder this evening. Temperature and wind chill profile today. We're slowly warming through the 30s, but you can see the feels like temperatures only in the 20s, feeling like lower 30s with the wind later this afternoon. Very, very cold. More on the cold and the snow potential later in the week, coming up a little bit later on.
Bob, and with the expected winter storm Wednesday into Thursday that Bob just mentioned, all the information on staying informed is right here on your screen. Be sure to listen to all of our radio stations, download our Coast TV First Alert weather app, and follow our live updates. We are your source for this winter event. And with all of the wind Delaware and Maryland are experiencing, there are outages in place. As of last night, crews from the Delaware Cooperative have restored power to nearly 2,300 customers so far. And the good news, the company says there are no customers experiencing outages right now. And Delmarva Power says there are no customers on the Eastern Shore experiencing any outages. However, there are 100 outages in northern Delaware and at least 150 in Maryland. And the National Weather Service is sharing these tips when driving in high winds. Give large trucks and trailers extra space. Watch for downed tree branches and power lines that may have fallen into the roadway. Bridges and overpasses can be especially dangerous during high winds. And if you are driving today in Delaware and see a tree down, you can report them to DelDOT by calling #77. And in Maryland, there is a website with live updates on road closures as trees come down and are removed by MDOT. You can find that on chart.maryland.gov. And happening today, DelDOT is announcing lane closures related to the ongoing Millsboro bypass project. The agency says starting today, there will be nighttime lane closures on Route 113 near Oak Avenue, and the closures will take place between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. for the installation of underground pipes. The closures are expected to finish on February 28th. And the Agriculture Department is issued a conditional lease to a company to produce a bird flu vaccine for chickens. The vaccine maker is Zoetis, and the company spokesperson says its scientists began updating its existing avian flu vaccines several years ago. The company previously developed vaccines for avian flu to protect California condors in 2023, and other counties already vaccinated their birds against that virus. And over the past 2 months, the Delmarva Peninsula has faced a significant bird flu outbreak. Starting in December 2024, snow geese were found in Sussex County dead with the bird flu. And so far in 2025, Maryland confirmed multiple cases of bird flu, including one at a commercial broiler farm in Worcester County. And the Indian River School District is set to discuss their upcoming referendum. Their referendum is looking for funding for operational costs and the recruitment and retention of staff. The district is holding 3 meetings where you can find out more information. The first on March 3rd at Lord Baltimore Elementary, the second on March 12th at Indian River High, and the third on the 13th at Sussex Central. Each meeting will begin at 7 p.m., and the referendum vote is scheduled for March 20th in Sussex County. And a list of re-entry events taking place in Georgetown. These events help people who are just coming out of prison. And CoastTV reporter Zakiya Jennings takes us to one of the newest workshops and introduces us to one person who has thrived after using these services.
Georgetown's Probation and Parole Office works together with local organizations to help those who are just coming out of prison re-enter society. But before they get to this step, Kevin Cooper, re-entry coordinator and senior probation officer, says the re-entry process begins 6 months before someone is released.
We coordinate with community partners like The Way Home. We also put on a series of workshops at the Level 5 institutions that consist of a 6-month series that we do one a month.
This series prepares people to be released from prison, helping soon-to-be ex-inmates understand all of the responsibilities they'll have once they're released. Organizers like Paulette Rappa say re-entry work is crucial.
So re-entry is, and the programming that we offer is that bridge from inside to outside. And Mr. Cooper's strength was recognizing that the community partner is vital to bridge that gap.
Quintez Gross went through the workshops while he was at Sussex Correctional Institution. He now works with The Way Home as the house manager, guiding others toward a successful future. Gross says successful re-entry begins with your mindset.
I never get comfortable because I'm scared of being comfortable. Comfortability makes you go backwards. It all depends on how you look at the situation.
Re-entry programs like this are held every 2 weeks, with the next one being Thursday, February 27th. In Georgetown, I'm Zakiya Jennings, Coast TV News.
And you can check out CoastTV.com for more information on these services. We're now going to take a live look at the White House, and the President Trump begins mass firings, including employees with stellar performance reviews. Concerns rise as the Trump administration began firing thousands of people at multiple agencies on Thursday. And according to union sources and employees familiar with the decision, it comes as President Trump and Elon Musk accelerate their purge of America's federal bureaucracy. Termination emails have been sent to workers across the government at agencies such as the Department of Education, the Small Business Administration, and the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau.
This is just Elon Musk trying to come in and break things for the sake of breaking them.
This country has made more progress in the last 3 weeks than it's made in the last 4 years.
The move is sparking pushback and praise across the country as the president continues his mission to remake the government. And here's Maryland Senator Chris Van Hollen's statement on those federal layoffs, saying in part, "This is another clear example of idiocy over efficiency. And it's ultimately part of their effort to eliminate services for Americans in order to pay for tax cuts for the ultra-wealthy." Delaware Senator Chris Coons spoke about those layoffs as well, and he says, in part, "The speed and forcefulness which this is done, I think, will have secondary consequences," end quote. And we still have a lot more news to get to this morning. Coming up, Milton moves on affordable housing. We'll tell you when officials are set to discuss that plan to bring more homes to the town. An adult program promotion will tell you how many new equipment is improving an adult education program at Sussex Tech. Stay with us on Coast TV News Today.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, discover an off-season stay in Ocean City with an indoor pool, a gym, and much more. Plus, why it's never too early to schedule a pool cleaning. Coast Life, today at 4 on Coast TV.
Are you having trouble hearing your TV or listening to conversations in loud spaces? Then it might be time to consider Nano hearing aids. Nanos are FDA-registered OTC hearing aids. Don't be fooled by overpriced hearing aids. Prescription hearing aids could cost $3,000 or more. Nano hearing aids are now offering $100 off through this special TV offer. Call now and get 2 CIC rechargeable hearing aids for only $297. And if you're not happy, return them for a full refund.
Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness, itchiness, or coldness? Then you need the new, clinically proven Legzercise Pro, the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural drug-free way.
After using Legzercise for a week, I felt like I wanted to go for a walk again without pain like I used to.
Legzercise Pro's patented walking simulator propulsion technology moves your feet back and forth along its concave track, creating constant movement and flex at both the knee and ankle joints. It's like having a physical therapist right in your own home.
It's helped with the swelling and the pain. The tingling feeling is gone.
Call right now and order your very own Legzercise Pro, the clinically proven automatic leg mover that soothes pain and naturally promotes healthy circulation. Call now.
Get the Coast TV First Alert weather app with live satellite and radar, severe weather alerts, and extended forecast. Download the free Coast TV First Alert weather app, sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
5:41 on this very windy Monday morning. Gateway Supercam 36 in Ocean City. Really can't see the effects of the winds, but boy, it is really howling out there. And it's cold. We've got temperatures right now in the mid-30s, so a far cry from the 60s that we had yesterday. But strong winds sustained around 15 to 25, gusting 25 to about 35 miles per hour, and gusting over 40 at times as we go through the morning. Feels like temperatures are in the 20s, so bundle up and 2 hands on the wheel today, with high winds for the morning commute, especially in exposed areas and a high-profile vehicle. You'll feel the effects of those strong winds, and still very windy into this afternoon and into the afternoon and this evening, but not as strong as this morning. Call the Coast TV First Alert weather phone, another way to get your forecast, sponsored by Brockstead Mandalis Federico.
Thank you, Bob. The Sussex Tech Adult Education is expanding heavy equipment operator apprenticeship programs with the addition of a John Deere 184G four-wheel drive loader. The new equipment will provide students with hands-on experience using industry-grade machinery. Participants complete 144 hours of training per year and can earn a certificate. And affordable and workforce housing is back up for discussion in Milton this week. The Town Council unanimously voted to send a report to the Planning and Zoning Commission to figure out how to have more affordable housing in the town. Some ideas included working with nonprofit housing developers and having an informational kiosk with resources. But people Coast TV spoke with say they're on the fence about more development, but one woman says the town does need more affordable housing.
I'm against it in the sense of these taking up all the farmland, etc., just to put these mini mansions in there. I think it makes more sense to help out the local folks who live here all the time.
Milton's Planning and Zoning Commission will meet on Tuesday, February 18th at 6:30 to begin discussing that report. And coming up tonight on the Delmarva Sports Network, it's the EZAC Championships as Delmarva Christian takes on St. Peter and Paul in girls basketball at 3:30. Then at 5:30, Worcester Prep faces Delmarva Christian in boys basketball, and catch a full recap of all of that action on the final score at 10:30. And for your exclusive DSN Plus lineup, along with the games we just mentioned, at 5:30, Kent Island will take on Cambridge South Dorchester in boys basketball. And it was another big weekend for movie awards with ceremonies held on both sides of the Atlantic. David Daniel brings us up to speed in today's Hollywood Minute.
There is one sin
which I have come to fear above all others. Certainty. If there was only certainty and no doubt, there would be no mystery.
Conclave won Best Film honors at the BAFTA Awards, often a precursor to the Oscars. The Vatican thriller received 4 awards from the British Academy, as did The Brutalist, including Best Actor for Adrian Brody and Best Director for Brady Corbet.
Your parents are gonna kill you.
I love my husband.
You do not know this guy.
We are consenting adults.
If you think this is gonna be allowed, you're dead wrong.
Do not touch me.
A Nora star, Mikey Madison, beat out Demi Moore of The Substance for Best Actress at BAFTA, and the Writers Guild of America honored the film as well, giving Sean Baker its Original Screenplay Award. The WGA's Adapted Screenplay Trophy went to Ramel Ross for Nickel Boys. Both films are nominated in the same screenplay categories at the Academy Awards, which take place March 2nd. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
High winds, a big story this morning. Spicer Brothers Cam in Salisbury 34, but with the very strong winds feeling much colder than that. We have a yellow alert for the high winds today. Secure those outdoor items and drive with caution. 2 hands on the wheel. Cold week ahead and watching for snow later Wednesday into Thursday. I'll have your forecast details in 2 minutes.
Listen to Big 107.7, Delmarva's classic rock station.
Adam Levine is really, really good.
He's not her threat. I'm the threat.
Oh!
I am ready to go to battle.
The nails are coming out.
The Voice, new tonight on NBC and Peacock. I'm the best attorney in the country. It's different out here. People do whatever they can to win. Now, do you trust me or not?
Damn right.
Stay tuned to get a free automatic toilet bowl cleaner from Mermaid. Your sink stopper's broken, and fixing a drain is a pain. Introducing Mermaid Drain Magic, the instant solution to most broken drains. Just remove and replace. In seconds, you can fill and drain with a simple press of a button. Drain Magic makes replacing your old, broken, rusty, even missing sink stoppers fast and easy. Drain Magic's anti-clogging basket helps prevent clogs in your sink, catching hair, food, even jewelry. Made with brass and chrome and a silicone gasket, it creates a watertight seal. Order your Mermaid Drain Magic today for only $19.99 and get a Mermaid toilet bowl cleaner absolutely free. Drop it in the tank for up to 3 months of cleaning. But wait, this could be your last chance to get Drain Magic at this low price with free toilet bowl cleaner. There's a strict limit of 3, so order now.
Call 1-800-944-6857 or visit GetDrainMagic.com. So call 1-800-944-6857 or visit GetDrainMagic.com now.
This is the revolutionary socket fan by Bell & Howell. The amazing 2-in-1 ceiling fan and light. If you can screw in a light bulb, you can hang the socket fan light. Socket fan comes with this handy remote. You can control the light and the breeze that you need. Socket fan fits any standard light socket. You can do it yourself in less than 10 seconds.
And now, the socket fan lights with deep socket extender is yours for $49.95 with free shipping. Order now, and you can get a second fan for 50% off.
Get cool fast with Socket Fan.
The time is now 5:47 and we are taking a live look outside at Salisbury this morning. And Bob, yesterday it was beautiful. Once the rain cleared up, it was sunny, it was warm. Walked out this morning, could barely open up the door to leave my apartment building because of the wind. So a shift from yesterday, that's for sure.
Absolutely. You know, I had to go with a walk with my wife just to enjoy 65 degrees. But then that cold front came through. Woo, boy, did that wind mean business. We had wind damage across Sussex County with wind gusts over 60 miles per hour. Those winds not as strong this morning. By the way, make sure you scan the QR code right there. That will get you to the CoastTV weather app, interactive radar. You can see the forecast of winds, all kinds of cool things on there. We've got the wind today gusting up to 55 miles per hour at times, especially this morning. That will knock wind chills down into the 20s. We are looking at some snow later Wednesday into Thursday. The big question is just how much. We could see significant snow, but right now the models are trending farther south with the heavy snow, so that would mean lesser accumulations. More on that coming up. 30 35 in Georgetown now, 34 in Milton, 36 in Ocean City, 35 at Bethany Beach, but those winds are howling. 15 to 25 miles per hour sustained, even 30 in Salisbury. We're seeing gusts 27 in Seaford, 33 Indian River Inlet, 31 in Ocean City, and I'm sure other places in between, gusting close to 40 miles per hour. And we've got feels like temperatures now into the 20s, so make sure you bundle up. It is clear, or mostly clear right now. I see these little speckles of white. That might be, well, just a little bit of interference with the radar. We're seeing some flurries back towards I-95, but especially for the mountains and downwind of the lakes, as we're seeing these strong northwest winds, Arctic air building in. We've got low pressure leaving the northeast and high pressure building in from the west, so that strong pressure gradient funneling those winds in, and it's Arctic air all across the central plains into the east, and even some snow across the plains. We're not watching that system. There's a big system moving onto the California coast, and that will give us a chance of snow as we go later into Wednesday and Thursday. But here's Futurecast this morning, lower 30s, and you see these multicolor arrows indicating the very strong winds, making it feel much colder than the lower 30s. By noon, we're into the mid 30s, and with the winds feeling like 20s, but those winds gusting over 40 miles per hour. So make sure you secure those outdoor items and drive with 2 hands on the wheel. Temperatures topping out in the upper 30s to near 40, but a lot of us stuck in the 30s, and then still very windy as we go into the evening hours, and then those winds diminishing overnight and getting really cold. Temperatures dipping way down into the 20s tomorrow morning, but feeling like teens with the wind. And then by afternoon, we're into the 30s for highs, and then much colder Tuesday evening. Then the clouds increase on Wednesday ahead of the next system that could send snow our way by Wednesday evening. Those winds today gusting 35 to 40 miles per hour, so much lower than yesterday, but still very strong, and still gusty winds as we go through tonight and on into Tuesday as well. Let's talk about the late Wednesday through Thursday system. It could be a high impact storm. I'm saying could because it looks like the system is tracking farther south, and if that's the case, that would take the heavier snow to the south too. So we still have a chance of significant accumulations, but the latest models have the heaviest snow southern Delmarva back into the Carolinas, with some snow for us, just kind of a glancing blow for us. But keep in mind, sometimes these models wobble to the north and then go to the south. So we'll have to see if this trends farther to the north again. But as of now, this would be a glancing blow, maybe 1 to 3 inches of snow across Sussex County and maybe 4 inches or more towards Berlin or Ocean City. This isn't etched in stone, but this does not look like a crippling snow system right now, but definitely some accumulating snow later Wednesday into Thursday. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast. Today's President's Day. Hang on to your hats. 39, yellow alert for the wind. 34 Tuesday. We do have a red alert later Wednesday and Thursday for the snow. Could be significant, but maybe not. We'll continue to watch that. Friday, 38 with sunshine, and then any snow melts by the weekend with highs into the 40s.
Thank you, Bob. And Millsboro police will continue trying to identify these 2 suspects you see on your screen. Police say that the individuals took a package from a home on February 11th without permission, and they're asking anyone who recognizes them to call Millsboro police. And Delaware State Police will continue investigating shots fired in Kent County. Troopers responded to a home on Crowberry Drive in Felton Saturday afternoon and found that home had been hit by 2 bullets causing interior damage. No one was inside at the time and no injuries were reported, and anyone with information is urged to contact authorities immediately. And now to a new scam alert from Delaware Electric Cooperative. Members are reporting fake calls and even in-person visits from scammers posing as co-op employees. The scammers claim to be discussing supply charges and even provide fake case numbers. DEC says if you receive a call from someone that wants to come to your home, do not share any information and check your account and call DEC immediately.
A cold and windy Monday morning. Bay Health Cam and over 34, but very strong winds make it feel much colder. And we do have a yellow alert for those high winds. Secure the outdoor items. Drive with caution. A cold week ahead, and we are watching for snow later Wednesday and Thursday. Still up in the air just how significant this system will be. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up next.
The Harry K Foundation presents its annual Chocolate Crawl on Saturday, April 26th in downtown Rehoboth Beach. Enjoy delectable chocolate creations and then vote for your favorite to win top prize. For tickets and info, visit harrykfoundation.org/events.
You rip and tear your old statements and bills, but thieves use this information to steal your identity. Don't be a victim. Get the ID Police, the new ink roller that encrypts all your old documents. So before you throw it out, just roll it on, and your information is gone, both on the front and through the back, even if the paper is held up to the light. Even your medical information is safe with the ID Police. So block it out before you throw it out. Order now and get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 and get free shipping too. This offer is not available on Amazon, so call or click now to get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 with free shipping. Order now.
Call 1-800-803-0512. That's 1-800-803-0512. Or visit getidpolice.com. So call 1-800-803-0512 now.
Is your cookware scratched inside and an eyesore on the outside? Introducing Gotham Steel Hammered Cream Cookware. Forged with an authentic hammered design, engineered with extremely strong titanium and tri-coated with ultra non-stick ceramic. Gotham Steel features double the non-stick release. Now you can cook healthier without all the butter or oil. Get this huge 15-piece set for 4 payments of $49.99 with free shipping.
To order, call 1-800-513-6408.
Are you having trouble hearing your TV or listening to conversations in loud spaces? Then it might be time to consider Nano hearing aids. Nanos are FDA-registered OTC hearing aids. Don't be fooled by overpriced hearing aids. Prescription hearing aids could cost $3,000 or more. Nano hearing aids are now offering $100 off through this special TV offer. Call now and get 2 CIC rechargeable hearing aids for only $297. And if you're not happy, return them for a full refund.
Coming up, it's a pro tip extravaganza with some of your favorite Drew coolers.
If I know it, it's a trend.
How to get the hottest fashion and home styles for less.
Gorgeous.
Monday at noon on CoastTV.
It is now 5:56, so we are going to check in with our coastal pet of the day. And today's coastal pet of the day is a dog who enjoys getting to be just that. On your screen right now is Casey. Casey is an 18-month-old dog who is training for PTSD service work. Casey was submitted to us by John in Gumboro. She's so cute. We want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. Send us your photos and tell us what makes them so special. You can take a look at your screen, scan that QR code at the top of your screen, and submit your furry friend to Coast TV News. And then, of course, watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all of the pets we feature. And it is 5:56, so we're going to bring back in First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey to tell us about these crazy winds we're experiencing. We can hear it in our studio. It's ripping out there. Yeah.
It's howling out there, Lisa. But they're starting to come down a little bit. We had gusts over 60 yesterday with that cold front, but they're calming down. Still gusts over 50 this morning, probably over 40 this afternoon, with highs near 40 degrees and feeling like 20s with the wind. Here's your Paul Davis 10-day forecast. A windy and cold President's Day, 34 Tuesday. Then there is a code red later Wednesday and Thursday with the possibility of significant snow. It does not look like a crippling snowstorm, but definitely accumulating snow in that time period. We'll continue to narrow that down as it gets closer. 38 on Friday, 40s into the weekend. This is nice. Next weekend, things calm down. No more storms and temperatures in the 40s and 50s.
Coming up at 6, high winds are hitting Delmarva. We'll tell you how many homes are without power and when it is expected to restore. All that and more when Coast TV News Today returns.